So we're here today, City of Punk with Bowling for Soup. Yo, man, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
I'm good, man. For our audience at home, tell us who you are and what you do.
My name is Eric, and I play the fresh and funky bass for Bowling for Soup.
I like that a lot. And of course, his beard is competing with my beard, so we're having a beard off tonight.
Mine's winning.
By far. So this is the farewell tour. This is the UK farewell tour, man. How has it been so far?
Man, it's been really fantastic, and I know the super cliche is to say that every night's just getting better than the last, but it's like every night has been just super on par with the last one, and so it's been absolutely amazing. The outpouring of love and support from the fans has been super amazing, and we're just all having a blast.
That's brilliant, man. Like I'm assuming at the end of every show you're like, yeah, we did it proud.
Yeah, and that was the whole idea behind this tour. It's like to try to kind of go out while you're still on top. You know, before things go bad. We don't want to be the band that you see 1 year playing here in front of 3,000 people, and then 3 years later be doing the same exact songs in front of 40 people in the pub down the street.
Or one of you make it on like Dancing with the Stars.
Right, exactly.
It won't be you. We've already spoke about the knee, so if you can't run, I'm assuming you won't be doing that one.
I won't be doing that one.
Was that the main decision then? Was it making sure you went off a hype, or was there other things that you thought?
Well, it was a number of things. It was that, and with families, wives, girlfriends, home lives, that kind of thing. It doesn't make much sense to us anymore to be out of the country. To be 4,000 miles away from home for weeks and weeks at a time. And so that we just, the farewell tour is a farewell. It is not a goodbye. It's just, we're not going to do it in the capacity that we've done it for the last 13 years. And I mean, this, we came over here for the first time in the summer of 2000. And I think the count on this tour is number 33. So, So in 13 years, we've been here 33 times.
Yeah, the fans, believe me, man, the fans are really appreciating this, so it's awesome. You guys have a new album out.
We do.
Lunch, Drunk, Love.
Lunch, Drunk, Love.
Probably the best sentence I've ever said on one of these interviews. Am I right in saying this? Because this is Wikipedia telling me, of course. The 12th studio album?
14th.
14th. Wikipedia, again, you were wrong.
Yep.
You bastards.
God damn it, kids, get your shit together.
Okay, so the 12th studio album, you've had huge success. It was like albums like Drunk Enough to Dance, and of course with I Had a Hangover You Don't Deserve and stuff like that. How was the writing and recording different to the earlier stuff? How is it different till now?
This time, I'll say the recording process this time is and we were all boggled at this situation, but for the first time ever, we were ahead of schedule in the studio. and there were days where we did everything that we could fucking do, and I think we did the process a little bit different this time. We went in to do one song each day.
Yeah.
And rather than, normally it's like, okay, you lay down all the drums, then you lay down all the bass, then you lay down all the guitars, then you lay down the vocals.
And you spend weeks
and
on
then,
it.
And then you come back in and you add in all the guitar candy and extra shit and keyboards and stuff like that. And this time we decided to build an entire song in one day. And it's the fastest that we've ever worked. And there were days that we... I think one day, well, there were a few days that we knocked out 2 songs in one day.
Yeah.
There was one day that we knocked out like 2.5 songs, and it ended up being like 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was like, you know what? let's just go to the bar and have a beer, you know, like
We deserve this.
Well,
yeah.
well, it's like, you know, if we keep going, we're not going to have anything to do tomorrow. So let's just knock off right now and you know, go have a drink, and then everybody can go home and get a really nice long night's sleep and be back and good and fresh and knock the rest of this out, and then figure out what the hell else we're going to do tomorrow.
That's awesome, man. So you definitely suggest it to other bands, especially with tight schedules.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, you guys did, of course, the Pledge of Music thing for this.
Yes.
Which was, of course, overwhelming support from the fans. Did you guys expect that?
You know, we really didn't know what to expect, and it was a kind of experiment on our part, because we do own our own record label now, but it was the idea is just to be able to give fans a hands-on, like, visceral, you know, experience in the whole album making process.
Yeah, what you do.
Yeah, and you know, the pledges that we got, you know, far exceeded what we expected that we were going to get, and then the response to the things that those people who pledged got out of it has been absolutely amazing. I mean, you know, we were shooting videos every day in the studio, and almost every day in the studio we had fans that pledged in the studio with us, and which, you know, having people in the studio that aren't directly involved in what's going on normally kind of messes with me in the head, but everybody that was there was like super respectful of what we were doing, and you know, it's not like people were talking loud while we're trying to listen to vocals and make sure the pitches are right and stuff like that.
Just observing.
Yeah, and it was great. And
so the actual reception from the fans when you released the album was huge too.
It's been really, really fucking great. When we play the new songs on this tour, and this is the first time that we're playing them live, to see people every night singing along to every one of those songs is just awesome.
You know you did it right.
Yeah. I think we did. We did something good.
That's cool, man. So
something that we're proud of.
The actual, you've got something else coming up next year, and you're recording like your greatest hits kind of thing. It was like a re-recording of covers as well. What was the whole story behind that?
Okay, so we've got 2 CDs planned for next year.
Yeah.
CDs. 2 albums planned for next year. A covers album, and I wouldn't necessarily call it a greatest hits, but maybe let's say a best of. Chosen by us, and we're going to let the fans have a little input on that as well. But yeah, for the best of, we're going to re-record all of the songs, because, you know, songs that we recorded on our first album in 1994 aren't going to sound as good as songs that we recorded on.
You can do a lot with like digitally enhanced and stuff, but sometimes it's best to and
our whole idea was like, let's just re-record everything and be able to have that fun time in the studio as well.
Yeah,
you know, it's still a party for us as well doing that. And then the covers album is something that we've been talking about for well over 10 years, and just haven't. Well, we didn't have the opportunity to do it when we were with the old record label, and now that we're in charge of our own destiny,
you're like, we can do what we want.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're gonna do that, and like all the members of the band are gonna pick a song that they want to do.
Nice.
And put that on there, and then we're gonna let fans help pick from songs that we've covered like over the years that they've liked and stuff like that. So, and maybe songs that we haven't covered over the years.
So have you got a date for that? Do you know?
We did, no. We're still that's still like major in the discussion
Pipeline.
process.
Yeah.
You know, the biggest thing that's happening right now was getting to this tour and making this whole process happen, because I mean this was actually a fairly large undertaking for us to do this. I mean, there's so much production that we're using, and
I was gonna say, we walked past the stage and it looks amazing.
it's the biggest presentation, I guess, that we've ever done. But I mean, you know, that's kind of the only way to do the farewell tour.
I was gonna say, so we talked about, of course, the UK run. What's coming up with the US?
The US, actually, there's nothing planned right now. We're gonna go home and take a little time off, work on side projects, we're simultaneously shooting 3 DVDs on this tour, and so we're gonna get that worked out, and it'll probably be January before we start talking about, you know, doing more touring stuff.
That's cool, man. No, wait, so, alright, so you said, of course, you did the first album back in 1984. We are just shy of like 2 decades of Bone and Pursuit. How's it been, like an overall kind of experience? Did you ever think it'd get this far?
Well, you know, we never started out to make this a career.
Yeah.
You know, and it would never had the idea that it would even be possible. But you know, through a very long series of right and wrong decisions.
Yeah.
Right and wrong. 19 and a half years later, I'm sitting here talking to you.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's been crazy.
It's been crazy and amazing and happy and sad and it's been my life. I was 19 years old when this band started.
Wow.
And I'm doing math.
That's the math phase.
Yeah.
Use that in exams.
In 14 months, I will be 40 years old. Like,
you can't look it.
So it's like, you know, I've been in this band over half of my life, and you know, I became an adult being in this band, you know, and so it's just been the most amazing experience with the best people in my entire world, you know, the band and crew. Like, you know, we're not bandmates. Like, you know, we're brothers. These people that I work with are closer than I am with my family, you know, because I've been through more shit with them than I've been through.
They know
with
more
my
about you than your mom does.
Yeah. Actually, my mom probably knows everything, but cool mom.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just we've been in the trenches together for that long. It's like the relationships that you build doing that are fantastic, and you know, and it's not like there aren't ever any arguments.
Yeah.
Maybe once a year or something. You know,
Did the number start higher before, did it?
Well, you know, we all get along so well, and then just every once in a while there's one little argument, and it all rotates around somebody being drunk and being pissed off about something that's about that big.
And it just escalates.
Yeah. And then the next day it's no big deal. You know?
That's good, man. I'm guessing that's what made you guys the strong band that you
I mean,
guys
you know, it's like these are my best friends in the entire world, and we've got the greatest crew that could ever be. I mean, everybody just cares and wants to make this machine
Keep
roll,
going.
and it's fantastic.
That's cool, man. So if you could be remembered for one thing out of these past 19 and a half years, what would you want to take away from that?
I will. For me personally, we've done lots of things and had a lot of cool stuff happen for us. You know, like in 2003, we were nominated for a Grammy.
For Gold All the Bad Guys won.
Yeah, which happens to no one. You know,
in this kind of genre. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And but for me, the biggest thing is next June, on June 3rd of 2014, we will have been a band for 20 years, and that has been, over the last few years, like, that's been my biggest goal. It's like, let's just make it there. Let's just get there, and then we can, then it doesn't matter. Then it's all gravy. It's like, if we can get there, because nobody gets to do what we have done for as long as we've done it. You know? I mean, you know, there are bands that have been huge and super mega international pop stars and sold millions of fucking albums and stuff.
And made it 4 years.
And, yeah, and they're together for 3-4 years. And the fact that we've been able to do this for almost 20 years now is just mind-blowing to me.
That's cool, man. Eric, man, you guys were my first ever live band I saw back in like 2007.
Where?
It was right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So watching again tonight is going to be amazing for me. You've literally helped so many teenagers over the past, 2 decades, of course. This has been the best interview I've ever done. So thank you very much, man.
Thank you. I do appreciate it.
It's been absolutely amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, vote for you for City of Punk. Eric, Ball and Pursuit. Thank you very much.